Hello everyone, my name is MARSA Putri. Me and my partner Wafa Andini would like to present our discussion about supplement MTPE. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about the definition of supplement MTPE. So, what is supplement MTPE? Supplement MTPE is the process of editing and improving machine translated text more than just basic error correction. And the purpose of this is to improve the quality, tone, and clarity of the translation. But it also comes with the benefits, which is include providing more natural, accurate, and contextually appropriate translation, increasing client satisfaction, and also making machine translated content suitable for publication, branding, or just communication. Next, we have two types of post editing. The first one is light post editing, which is involves making minimal correction to machine translated text to make it more readable and accurate. But it mainly focuses on fixing major errors and is usually used for internal or urgent purpose only, so without worrying about style or fluency. And next, we also have full post editing. Full post editing means that making sure the text reads as naturally and accurately as if it were translated by a human. This includes things like correcting grammar, making sure all the terminology is consistent, and adjusting the style and tone, and also adapting cultural references, and it's usually used for official documents or stuff that needs to be really high quality. Next, we in this slide we have the comparison between light and full post editing. The first one is focus. For the light post editing, it's mainly focused on meaning and clarity. So, if the message is understandable and there are no serious mistakes, it's usually fine. Meanwhile, for the full PA, focuses on all language aspect, which is grammar, style, word choices, consistency, and tone. The next we have purpose. Light post editing is meant to make the translation understandable, so it doesn't have to be perfect or just clear enough. On the other hand, full post editing is meant to make the translation sound as natural and correct as if human had written it. Next, we have about the cost. Uh, Light post editing usually cheaper because we only fix major issues. Meanwhile, for the full post editing, it's usually more expensive because it involves editing to make the text perfect. Now for the level of editing, in light post editing, it only make minimal correction, like fixing obvious grammar or word error. Meanwhile, in full post editing, it's a comprehensive edit, including checking style, making it more fluent, and even thinking about cultural context, right? And finally, we have style and tone. With light post editing, we don't have to worry much about style or tone, so it's ignored. But will full post editing, uh, there is must to make sure the text sounds smooth and professional and natural to the reader. Next, we have post editing guidelines and standard. So let's talk about some important rules and tools that guide in post editing. There are international rules called ISO standards that explain how post editing should be done. One important is ISO 18587. It gives clear step and quality levels for when editing machine translation, and the main purpose of this standard is also to make sure the quality and consistency in post editing across the industry. Now we have something called error categories or something called typologies. One example is the DQF-MQM model. This system helps post editors know what kind of mistakes to look for. It includes things like grammar error, wrong meaning, or inconsistent use of terms. It helps to focus on the important mistakes so that we don't have to waste time fixing minor stylistic issues that don't really affect the meaning. Okay, I think that's all from me. Uh, the next explanation will be explained by my partner Wafa Andini.
Okay, I will take over from here and moving on to the next topic. I would like to talk about the example of machine translation errors and how to fix them. In this section, we discuss some common machine translation mistakes and how to fix them. For example, sometimes important information is missing. This can change the meaning, so it must be adjusted. Then, if the meaning of the sentence is wrong, the editor must strengthen it out to keep it in context. Uh, and then, fluency issues, such as grammar or spelling, should also be corrected to make the text comfortable to read. And lastly, if there are inconsistent terms, we have to adjust them to the client's glossary to make it professional. And this is one example from accuracy error. Um, Here, the word fast is misinterpreted as cepat, when in a medical context it's mean berpuasa. This is an example of a meaning error that can be very dangerous if not corrected. Post editors must understand the context and medical term to avoid the fatal errors. And next, this is the another type of MTPE or machine translation post editing. Uh, MTPE can be divided into several types based on the working mode and exposure to the source text. For the first, we have bilingual post editing. This is the translator accesses both the source text and the machine translation output simultaneously to edit the translation. This is more effective in ensuring accuracy of meaning and text fluency. Bilingual post-editing is more recommended in professional contexts due to its more assured quality in accordance with ISO 18587 standard. And the second, we have monolingual post-editing. In this mode, the translator only edits the machine translation output without access to the source text. Although it can be faster and cheaper, research shows that the quality of meaning is better in bilingual post editing. However, monolingual post editing can improve the fluency of the text. The third, static post editing. This is machine's translation result are generated first and then edited in a separate stage. This is a more traditional approach. And the last, we have interactive post editing. The translator interact directly with machine translation system during the translation process. This can reduce technical effort and speed up the process over time, though it may require initial customization. And then the next slide we have challenges and MTPE. For the first, uh, variation in machine translation quality. Produce smoother and more natural text, but it is often harder to spot errors, especially in more technical contexts. Errors may require greater cognitive effort to correct. Second, adjustment of editing style based on text function is adjusting the level of editing. MTPE for literary text present unique challenges as creativity and aesthetic are prioritized over productivity. Traditional evaluation metrics like Blue may not be suitable for assessing a literary translation output. And the last, a lack of effective communication. The client doesn't have a technical understanding of how machine translation works or how its quality is evaluated. The level of control that translators have over the use of machine translation during post-editing varies greatly. Some systems allow translators to select more helpful suggestions, while other works automatically without human involvement in decision making. Next slide is uh, we must do rethinking post-editing level. The paper machine translation post-editing level, breaking away from the traditional and delivery tailored service by Mara Nunziatini and Lena Marg. This highlights the need for a more flexible and customized approach in machine translation post-editing service. The authors criticize traditional definition of light and draw editing as being too abstract and inconsistent across different language service providers. They emphasize the importance of clear communication between the client and the editor, um, as well as the need for practical guidelines tailored to the text type, purpose, and target audience. Thus, the more adaptive and collaborative MTPE approach can improve translation quality and client satisfaction. The next is okay. This is the last slide. We have conclusion. So, in summary, like uh, post editing is quick and simple. It is good for internal or informal content. Full post editing is more detailed and is used for formal publications. MTPE is not merely about fixing error. It's a process that requires a deep understanding of the text purpose, the target audience, and also the appropriate language style. Standard such as ISO and framework like DQF MQM help maintain quality, but flexibility in applications is essential to suit different text type and usage contexts. So the choice of post-editing type, whether bilingual, monolingual, static, or interactive, should be tailored to the quality and efficiency need of each project. Key challenges in MTPE such as inconsistent machine output quality and lack of clear client instruction can be overcome through effective early communication. In line with the ideas presented by Nunziatini and Mark 2020, a more adaptive MTPE approach, one that moves away from rigid classification like light or full editing, can significantly improve both translation quality and client satisfaction. Therefore, collaboration, communication, and customization are key to successful, professional, and relevant MTPE practice. Okay, that's all from me and my partner. Hopefully, you can understand well, and I also apologize for any mistakes and thank you for attention.